Thank you, Chair. Well, indeed, my name is Bodo Ellmers. I speak for Global Policy Forum and the CSO Financing for Development Mechanism. I've been personally involved in the FFD process over the past 15 years since the FFD2 conference in Doha, so the process is very dear to me. The Financing for Development process has now more than 20 years of experience, and I think we should consider the lessons learned as we prepare for the FFD4 conference in Sevilla. The feedback we got since Addis from many FFD stakeholders on the Addis Ababa Action Agenda is that it was very difficult to grasp. The Addis Ababa Action Agenda includes very few clear instructions on who should do what and by when and and how to implement it, so to speak. So the outcome from Sevilla must be different if it has to have a stronger impact in the real world. I think we all agree on that. Well, here's a few suggestions. I mean, first, we need definitely a more operationalized outcome document. The FFD4 conference must ensure that the outcome document really gives clear guidance to the different stakeholders. It also must build up more pressure to act. So this requires a document that includes clear mandates, deliverables, targets, and deadlines for the individual policy measures. Most of it was actually lacking in the AAA. Well, a better outcome document is also, I mean, many speakers mentioned that we need better monitoring, but of course, I mean, we need an operationalized outcome document so that we have something to monitor afterwards. Monitoring should indeed, should take place on a global level. It should not disproportionately burden developing countries. It should include gender disaggregated data. And on top of that, several countries have mentioned it. We could also have peer reviews between countries, member state-led peer reviews. The Universal Periodic Reviews of the Human Rights Council have been mentioned as best practice. Is indeed one thing that we can take as orientation. Third point, and I think is also mentioned by several countries, including by Germany, we need more structures, more effective structures, and more work between the summits and between the forums. So it is indeed a good idea to have thematic member state-led working groups that work on the operationalization and the implementation of the commitments we make of the agreements that we make in Sevilla between the forums, so throughout the year. And last but perhaps not the least appointment, we also need a whole-of-government approach to FFD because, of course, FFD affects different ministries, it affects institutions, and policy agreements need to be established at their highest political levels. So one format that could be used is, for instance, the biannual summit to coordinate the work of UN and IFIs that has been agreed of the Pact for the Future. So this could be integrated into the FFD process. But to close, I mean, unless we have an operationalized outcome document, we have nothing to implement. So this is, as we come to an end,